Hi guys, and welcome to Burton Caravan Centre at Camwell. Today I'm doing your handover video for your Swift Challenger 560. It's going to be a basic run through of how to set up the van and also how to use the basic features of the caravan. So starting up at the front, you have your jockey wheel. Your jockey wheel goes up and down and can be used to level the caravan. And then you have 2 points on either side and 2 points at the back for your legs. Now your legs are only used to stabilise the caravan. Do not attempt to jack up the caravan or level the caravan using the legs. Level the caravan first using the jockey wheel and then use your legs. You will have a leg winder inside the caravan as well to wind these down. We are using our test equipment for today. So as you can see, we've got a gas bottle here, and inside the front locker you have a point for 2 gas bottles and then this connective piece here. Now you have the gas hose connected on either side. Once these are both firmly connected, you can hand tighten this one to an extent and then finish it off using a spanner. Once that's done, fully twist to the positive direction and that will begin to bring gas into your caravan. On this side just here, you have your flow. Your flow is used to get clean air into the caravan's boiler system. You don't have to do anything with this except just make sure it's clean, make sure there's no leaves or debris or anything like that surrounding it. Again, we are using our test equipment, however this is your water pump. The water pump is connected through this part here, and you have our Aquaroll full of fresh, clean drinking water. So connects out just like that. It's on a trigger system. A common problem with these pumps is that they do curl up a little bit. Make sure that you do straighten them out before you put them in. In fact, I'll just give it another quick straighten. There we go. So at the bottom you have your strainer. This has to sit at the bottom of the Aquaroll to get the maximum amount of clean water through. You have this plastic bit here which covers the top of the Aquaroll so no nastiness can get in. Let me straighten that out. And then to put it in, just simply push in. You won't be able to remove it unless you use the trigger. So you can pull out just by pressing in the trigger and pulling out. We'll press it in for now though. Keep that all nice. Just next to that you have your battery locker. Your battery locker has a few points here. That's where your leisure battery will sit. You have your mains lead which will connect into there, and then just behind it you also have your point for your red key for your motor mover, which we will also go through on the day of collection. Good thing about the battery box, you do have a little cutout there for when you are on site. You can lock up the locker and no one can pull that out. Moving along the caravan, you have these 2 points here. These 2 points are for your wastewater. So there is some 28.5mm waste pipes inside your caravan, and these just connect onto these 2 points to feed into the waste master. As long as they're open, they'll work. Right, just take the keys out of my pocket. Here we go. So this first point here, this is for the toilet. So this is for the toilet water. All you have to do is fill it up using something like a watering can just to make it that tad bit easier, and then put a little bit of pink chemical inside of there which acts as a bleach without being corrosive. Can hold around 10 litres of water. You don't want to overfill it though, and you just slide it in just like that. Once you've filled that, you don't have to do anything extra. And then just below here you have your cassette, your toilet. So to remove it, press this orange handle up and slide out, and slides out just like so. When you get to your emptying point on site, twist this to the side, open up the cap, put the cap in there for a second, tilt, and at the same time as tilting, continually press in the vent button. It's a little bit awkward for me to show you with one hand, but that's what you do. once you have tilted and vented once, I would recommend swilling it out with some fresh water, and then again tilt and vent. Once you have done that, I'm not sure how well this will pick it up on the camera as it's a little bit dark. You have measurements in both freedom and metric units for your blue chemical. Your blue chemical goes inside this cap, goes on just like so, twists on back to the central position, and then all you have to do is push this back until that orange handle sits behind these teeth, and unless you pull that out by lifting it up, it cannot be moved. Now finally, you don't want to travel with either of these two full, so empty both of them out. The way to empty this one out is you have this little nozzle here. Now the little nozzle, all you have to do, there may be some water in here, I'm going to drain it out anyway, opens up just like that, and you can drain out the remaining water that was inside that tank. Sits just up top here, nice and snug, and that's everything you'll need to know for the exterior. Now I'll show you inside the van. Now inside the caravan, this is probably the most important part. Underneath the right hand side bed you have all of this stuff here. The majority of this you won't need to know as it's only from a technician standpoint, but I'll run through the basics for you. Just behind here, that is your boiler. That blue box there, that is your almost like brain box for your motor mover. This silver box here is your battery charger, and then this silver box here with the flaps, this is for your trips and fuses. Your trips have to be all in the upright position for everything to work. You have a system shutdown button here. If you press that in, there will be no connectivity inside the van and the van won't work. So press that when you need to be honest. And then just here you have two illuminated lights, one for your battery charger showing that the battery charger is working, and one, if the camera will focus, for your heating and hot water showing that the heating and hot water is working. If you do need some additional help for your trips or fuses, if you just pull down this bit here, you have some additional information on that. The most important part though is these blue tubes here, and especially that yellow toggle. That yellow toggle has to be in the horizontal position for water to flow through the caravan. The vertical position drains it, and I am going to drain off this caravan after I have finished videoing. So when you do come to use your caravan, make sure that is in the horizontal position for when you want to use it, and keep it in the vertical position for after you've used it, or during these winter months when it does get a little bit colder, as you don't want to damage the pipes with frost. So have that in the horizontal position, and that will allow the water to come through. Next up is your Swift command board. Works very similar to an iPad. You have just up here your internal temperature, outside temperature, and the amount in your Acroll. You have your dates and times, and also how much charge is in the leisure battery, but there's not a leisure battery installed, so that is how much power is coming through mains. Now, first thing first, whatever it has like a thick border around it is what's being used. So I press this pump button. You may hear it kick in sometimes. Come over to the taps. Make sure the taps are running with a nice continuous stream, just like that. There may occasionally be some coughs and splutters just to start, but it should get through that. This is why I did also say about having the pump nice and straight, as you want to have that nice continuous stream to be able to actually operate through the van. So you have to have it straight to allow the water to come through. So make sure it is straight. So it may take 2 to 3 minutes for the water to fully come through, and then just run the taps for about 30 seconds just to test. You have your awning light here, press in. Don't know if you can see there. That's the difference. Awning light on, awning light off. You have lighting. Lighting, you have the choice to have it off and then on. And you can also dim the lights as well, going down and up using these. Press the home button again. Power, this shows me the power coming through. So 14 volts of energy that's coming through the mains lead, despite it saying leisure. You have your solar and your vehicle. Obviously there's no vehicle attached to it right now. And then press this and you can see to the side the amount of current that's coming in, and you can also set a limit for the amount of current to come into the van. You have additional settings that have stuff like Bluetooth pairing, screen brightness, screen timeout, if it beeps when you press buttons, night mode and other stuff like that. And then you have radio. Radio, you can press and you can have FM, DAB, and aux or off, and you can also connect through Bluetooth. So that is pretty much a basic how-to on how to operate the Swift Command. Just next to it, however, you have your outer wet central heating board. So it turns on with that button there. Press menu, and you have, oh, that's terrible focus. I don't know whether you can see what's green or not, but I'm just going to run through. So this top one here, the house with the thermometer, that is for the internal temperature of the van that you wish it to be at. So I've currently got it at 25. It can go up to 30 and as low as 5, and you can have it off. It is all touchscreen operated from this point. The shower icon, this is for your water heat. So you can either have it off, 40 or 60. Next is the lightning bolt even. You can have it off, and this is for the amount of electricity that you're bringing into the van through your mains lead. So 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt or 3 kilowatt. The majority of sites won't have 3 kilowatt capacity, but some do, so always check before you go through that. And then if the camera will focus, you have the gas icon here. It's green, I've pressed it in. That means that gas is also being used to heat up the van. Then you do have some additional settings here as well. You have stuff like setting timers for when your heating comes on and other bits like that. Your usual like screen brightness and prioritizing gas or mains at certain point. So there is a few additional things that you can have a look at if you wish. Now for your fridge operation, your fridge can either operate off gas mains or 12 volt, 12 volt being your car battery. So press in on this grey button just here and you'll see it flash up and go to its most recent memory, which is mains on full. So you have a hazard icon, a car battery icon, a gas icon, a mains icon, and auto. Auto will switch it to whatever it feels is the best power source to use. You can change which power source by pressing in this button at the top here, these two arrows. Press that in, goes to auto, you can see that it chooses mains. Press it again, I've got it on car battery, you can see that hazard flashes up and it will continue to beep like that as there's no car battery connected. Press again, goes to gas. So you'll know there'll be a problem if the hazard starts beeping and it starts flashing like that. Gas, I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear on the video, but you can hear it tick in almost like on the gas cooker over there. It will tick in, and once you hear it stop ticking, that means the gas is lit. So for now, we'll just keep it on mains. Then this thermometer here, this is for the amount of temperature. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 being the maximum amount of power coming into the fridge, so it chills a bit quicker. And 1 being the smallest amount. So have it on 5 if you want to chill the quickest. It does take around 4 hours for it to fully chill, so have it on car battery when you're driving down, and then depends on how long it's going to be, how long your drive is, and then you can change it to mains or gas whenever you get on site. And then to turn it off, press and hold in this grey button again, and it should just flash off. Might have to just try it again, and there we go, that's it turned off. And finally, you have your gas cooker. So I'll just quickly say this runs off gas, but your electric plate runs off electric. Your fridge operates off gas mains or 12 volt. Your microwave will only operate off mains, and we do have the glass plate just stored there, as you don't want to travel with the glass plate inside. Now for this is very standard to any other type of gas cooker that you'll use. So you have this button here which ticks for gas, and you have to press in, twist to the side the knob you want to use. So it's not gonna, I'm going to cut for a second just so I can show you that they all light. So as you can see, nice blue clean continuous flames, and you can lower the heat slightly and up it as well. When you want to turn them off, put it back to the central position, turns it off. Same with these two, and it's the exact same for the grill and oven, but again I'll just show you that they both light. Here you can see the grill, again with the same thing. Press in that button, twist to the side, well, twist and push to the side, and it gets it lit. And then again the same for the oven. The only difference is with the oven, the more you twist it that way, the hotter it will get. Very similar to any other oven, you will need to preheat it and all of that other stuff. One thing though, this glass sheet here, do not put it down until all of these are cold to the touch, as it may shatter the glass. Lastly, for the toilet, you may think it's quite simple. It is, but I'll just show you how to operate it. Obviously, I have drained out the water from inside of it, so there's no water inside, but this is just hypothetical. So you can hear when I press this blue button, a motor almost goes. That motor is what will push out your water to be able to flush. Once you've flushed, keep that open for a second, you have this handle underneath. Twist it to the side, that opens it up. Twist it back to the central position, that shuts it up. So that's how your cassette toilet actually opens and shuts. You don't have to do it manually, it's just inside the actual caravan. Once it's prepped outside, it's all good to go. And that's how to operate the toilet. And that is your basic run through on how to operate your caravan. If you do have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. I've been Henry, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.